What's Up YouTube, Mellow as Matt here. So we have got the ban list coming out this Friday. So what I'm actually doing today is I'm discussing what I feel may not get a hit on the ban list, what I would like to see come off the ban list, but we know that coming off the ban list very rarely happens. So let's get into it then. Starting off, we are going to quickly just recover what came out on the Japanese ban list. And what we had on the Japanese ban list was Dark Strain went to 1. We then had choice restrict between Inlet Pulse Dragon and Magnolia Elder. We had Kogigurashu, I think it is. The chicken thing from Nubatama that makes you discard 5. But that got banned in the V Premium format. And we had Nizar banned in the Premium format. So what I'm expecting to carry over from the English, for the Japanese side to the English side from these 4 bans that I had, is all bar the Dark Strain Dragon ban. Limit, because I don't honestly feel that Bastion's that prominent in our meta. Because looking at past BRO results, the main contenders are Magnolia, Gravidia, and Sarah Snow at the moment. So I don't really see the need to hit Bastion at this point in time. We might get some other changes, but we'll discuss those in a minute. As for the V Premium bans, they're done for healthiness of the format, so makes sense for them to be brought over as well. So what I expect to get hits. So Premium format, obviously, as I said, the Magnolia Inlet Choice Restrict I very much see happening. Outside of that, I honestly don't see anything happening for us on the English side. I do expect Sarah Snow, Kyrie, and Nirvana to be put on the watch list. But again, it's just watch list, wait and see for those. V Premium format, the problem child of the English side, we'll call it. So obviously, everyone's expecting Prisms, Gurgit, and another Tap to Luard. Personally, I do agree Prism need to be hit, because obviously it's a dominant thing on our side compared to where Japan, they rush it down quite commonly. They don't actually have it as a problem on that side, so obviously they don't address it as often. But I do feel that we are yet again going to be coming back to please ban Prism Image Rosa. Now Rosa is despite the fact of it being a chance to whiff, it is a very consistent part of the deck. It's on place, Counterblast 1, check top 7, grab 2 prisms, put 1 to hand, 1 to bind. And then also when it's called from bind, you're giving 10k to your front row. All in all, it's a very, very strong card. Removing this does neuter the prism engine, but it doesn't kill the deck off as a whole. I know some people are saying just ban Vert, get rid of the deck as a whole, get rid of the deck, but with how Bushiroad is, they prefer to keep decks alive rather than just kill off a whole archetype. Plus, by removing Rosa, you're then given the options for making more prisms in our future clan collection. So, like, we could go the Prism Princess route of Celtic, Labrador, and Late. That could come in a future clan collection. Well, we like to see. Next thing on to hit on the V Premium list is Gold Paladins again. And this is the same thing as I iterated last time. It's getting to be a common pattern here. Is Percival. Do not ban Percival, just restrict him very heavily to Liberator grade 3 normal units. So they can still run their Heal Guardians, but it's locked to only being used with Prominence Core and now to be Holy Shine Dragon. Because obviously if you straight up ban Percival, you're removing Prominence Core from being able to use its full effects, because it's working off a banned card. And you're killing off Holy Shine Dragon, which is a yet to be released card on the English side, because its only target is Prominence Core, who doesn't have a full effect. So having its restricted to Liberators gives them their little bit of Axel generation from going Holy Shine skill, get Percival, get 3 markers turn 3, and then turn 4 they go into Prominence Core and get the full Prominence Core effect. Gives them their win con. But it does stop the decks like Gurgit, Spectral Duke, all the other Gold Paladins that are literally just abusing Percival because he's good and generic, and it's going to get worse with Holy Shine Dragon. So having it in its own little package makes the deck so much more controllable, allows Prominence Core to keep his win con, and just strengthen himself as a whole. And the other one I feel does need addressing, which is a little bit lower on the list, but still is causing a few problems, and that is in the forms of Grand Blue. And the one that I feel needs hitting is good old Sea Navigator. So Navigator is obviously your rest 2 units, mill 5, not once per turn, doesn't have to rest itself. So you can rest your field, mill 5, call back Jessies, or use other costs in the drop zone to utilise them. And it makes it very monkey brain, murder your entire deck, swing phase, win situation. So by removing Navigator out, it does make it you then have to use more controlled milling in the forms of Damien the Ghosty and Seastrong and Banshee. Will reduce the power level of the deck, but does not stop the deck from being madly playable, and brings it back into line again, which is really nice for the clan. I don't feel past those 3 we're going to get any more hits for V Premium format, but I do feel that Genesis is very much going to be placed on the watch list, as is Shadow Paladins. Genesis is the usual Astral Poets, high roll into Valkyrion, swing with multiple crits, murder them before they reach grade 3. So ideally keep it on the watch list to see, after taking away the big decks, does the Astral Poets then take over? And if so, how far of a margin is it ahead of the other decks? The other one being Shadow Paladins is a combination obviously of Raging Form having been a really solid deck, good consistency, alongside having Luard back again, who still never actually got hurt by the Karen restriction. So I do feel that we are going to see them both be put on watch list, especially for the fact of Shadow Paladins have got Ildona, which yes, it's another choke point, but it's down to how well the people play with it and how well they damage deny. So this is going to have to be a wait and see post BRO to see how those do. But that is it for V Premium, and then we are moving on to the Premium formats. So the most prominent deck coming out of Springfest has been Nightmare Dolls, but I don't feel that we actually need a hit on Nightmare Dolls. Now, before I get people screaming in the comments saying, why are you not hitting Dolls, why are you not hitting Dolls? What I want to hit instead is the actual stride mechanic ruling. So the reason Nightmare Dolls are so prominent is for the fact that they can ride up to grade 3, gain their axle markers, and then during the battle phase, ride back down to grade 2, denying the opponent of striding. Which then obviously opponent can then not stride, they either stay on grade 2 or they ride to grade 3 themselves. If they stay on grade 2, you then ride back up again, do your stuff, and then ride back down again. And you can keep doing that until your opponent gives in and actually rides up to grade 3 first. So doing all that, what I'd like to address is actually change the stride rule and say if your opponent has rode to grade 3 once this game, you then may stride. Because then this gets the hit, we deal with Arc Force and their ride downs, and it makes the format a bit fairer. Leaving the Ginny, Leslie, Alice combos does still give Nightmare Dolls a win con at that point, but it takes away the massive pressure the deck has from being able to ride up, gain markers, ride down, deny stride. And the other boogeyman of the premium format is Mega Colony. Now, I do want to quickly address that Grand Blue currently does have more tops as of this moment in time in BCS over Mega Colony, but I'll dive more into the results for that in next week's video. I'm using these as reference points for what I think is going to get hit on the list. But yes, despite being lower than Grand Blue on the tops list, Mega Colony is very oppressive due to the fact of the combination of Ruination Dragon and the Book of Strong Arm. So what I feel is going to happen is actually going to be a choice restrict between these two. And it then opens up more plays for Mega Colony without banning Gridora as a stride. Because I'd rather, until we had the Ruination Dragon come out, Gridora stride wasn't doing anything, so it's proof that the issue is more with Ruination Dragon than the actual stride herself. As for other things in the V Premium format, I do feel there's going to be just those two being hit, and then a 3 watch list between Grand Blue, Narukami, and Genesis. So obviously, Grand Blue is the second most popular, it's the second highest deck in terms of tops in the premium format, due to good consistent engines and a lot of early pressure out of the gate. Not having many weaknesses, but still being strong enough to keep up with the meta. Second on that list of being hit is being on the watch list is Narukami. And now Narukami obviously has got a variety of variants that are topping in the forms of Vanquisher, Eradicators, and Dungaree. All of them take different forms based on good old Stunverse. And for now, the reason I'm watch listing it is because obviously Stunverse has a counter. But once we hit BRO, that counter's removed due to the fact of Exterminate Drop. And personally, what I feel it's going to be is we're going to get to BRO. Narukami is going to be stupidly dominant because you either got to play into Stunverse or you play into Exterminate. And at that point, you're just losing no matter what. So I do feel we're going to get to BRO, see how that does, and it more than likely will get hit post BRO on the next ban list. And the third one to be kept a watch on is Genesis. I do want to stress though, quite a few of these Genesis tops are from the same person, in the forms of Mo in the EU side. But it's still near 30 tops for the clan, and after these 5, the next highest one's the 16, and that's with Shadow Paladins. So there's a ginormous margin between these 5 decks and everything else. So it's prominent to show that these are very much deserving to be at least on the watch list, because Genesis obviously got the really good package of CEO Still Norm for the Regalia stuff, along with Minerva Stride. It does get really stupid. So putting it on the watch list, wait and see how it does post the first ban list, and then go from there. So those are what I'm predicting is going to happen. But obviously I might be completely wrong. Who knows? We'll see come Friday when I do the post ban list discussion and see how I feel about that ban list. That is going to be all for this video. If you haven't done so already, please do like, comment, subscribe. It very much does help the channel. Trying to push to 500 as quickly as we can. So let's see how it goes. Catch you in the next video. Bye bye.